made it. We got up early. We never get up early, but this is really worth it. We got here right in time. Watching them fill up, watching people get in the basket. They're just going up one after another. What'd you think? You got up this morning? You got up early.
I got up early, but I helped him hold his down.
I know, I saw that.
So he can pop straight up.
I thought you were going to get in the basket and get a free ride.
I was going to jump in there almost.
Pahrump, Nevada was the one stop we'd actually put on the calendar before everything shifted after I fell. So, when it was time to leave Zion, we pointed southwest. Pahrump, Nevada is about an hour from Las Vegas. It's another of those sunny winter snowbird spots out here in the desert Southwest. There's always a few booths at the Courtside RV show telling us that they've got some great deals and fun in the sun for RVers there. We plan to meet up once again with our friends Richie and Raquel. So I think this park is a really good deal, even if you were to stay here longer than we are, longer than a week. They've got good deals for monthly stays and stuff like that. But coming here with Passport America gets your time that you're here with Passport America down to about what it is for the monthly rent per night. That's pretty good if you're just traveling through, going to Death Valley or just looking for a nice place to visit in the winter. I don't know if the side that we're on is where they put the short-term people, but I definitely would ask if you could be further into the park. That's the one negative that we've experienced here, is this main road that we're right next to is really, really loud with trucks carrying rocks. That's what it is, right?
There's a concrete plant back here. So there's trucks on the other side on the road that backs up to this, going back and forth a good part of the day, so they're loud.
Yeah, that's been the only disappointment. The view out this side and at the top of the campground up there is really nice of Mount Charleston. That's the back side of it, but from out here you can look the other way and see Death Valley Mountains too. And this is us. And we're right across from the laundry station. We took advantage of that to get some laundry done. The next morning, we were up early and we were headed west to nearby Death Valley National Park. As we've passed the pads and we're entering into Death Valley itself, it's saying that the kiosk and everything is at Furnace Creek Visitor Center, which is where we're headed. But the one thing of note is we were already on the desert floor in Nevada. But all we're doing here is going down, down, down in elevation.
Right, because at one point here you're 200 and something feet below sea level. So we've been going down.
Heading downhill. Our first stop of the day was Zabriskie Point. It's one of the most iconic overlooks in all of Death Valley, and it's a must-see if you're entering the park from this direction. The spectacular views from Zabriskie Point are some of the most photographed in Death Valley. From here, you can see miles of eroded badlands, layer after layer of sculpted desert. Gazing beyond the badlands, views of the salt flats covering the floor of Death Valley are visible in the distance, with the hulk of the Panamint Mountains towering above. If we'd had more time, we would have picked up the Badlands Loop Trail at the parking lot here. The distance varies as this connects to other trails along the way. That distinctive peak in the near distance is Manly Beacon. It's one of the park's most recognizable formations. Furnace Creek sits at 214 feet below sea level, and it's an oasis in the Mojave Desert, serving as the main visitor hub for Death Valley National Park, with amenities, extreme summer heat, and historic borax mining sites. The temperature here was once recorded at 134 degrees Fahrenheit. This is where you'll find the main visitor center, hotels, campsites, shops, and a few restaurants. The pool there is open to the public with a purchase of a $14 day pass. When visiting Death Valley National Park, the Furnace Creek Visitor Center is a great place to start. The rangers here can help you plan your day and point out things happening in the park you might otherwise miss. Inside are exhibits about the geology and history of Death Valley, along with maps and information to help you explore the rest of the park. There are lots of interactive displays for kids of all ages, as well as several videos and films that will make you realize why this place is so unique. Nearby the Visitor Center are several campgrounds operated by the National Park Service. They're mostly paved campgrounds with very few hookups, but are a convenient base for exploring this part of Death Valley. Surprisingly, the National Park Service only has 18 sites with full hookups. These sites are often booked up to 6 months in advance, and it's booked through recreation.gov. RV hookup sites are also available at the concession-run Stovepipe Wells RV Park with its own pool and restaurant. Federal senior and access pass holders can get RV sites at 50% off. Adjacent to the ranch and the visitor center is Fiddler's Campground. This is dry camping, but your rent of about $30 a night does include the use of the swimming pool and the sport courts. Also in the vicinity is the privately owned Panamint Springs Resort. All of the other campgrounds in the park are dry camping only. With plan in hand, from the visitor center, we followed Badwater Road south to several of the park's most interesting spots. Death Valley National Park is the largest national park in the contiguous United States, covering approximately 3.4 million acres, roughly 5,270 square miles. It spans a vast area of eastern California and extends into Nevada, featuring over 3 million acres of designated wilderness. Our first stop was one of Death Valley's more unusual landscapes, the Devil's Golf Course and its strange salt formations. Located in the Badwater Basin and sitting at 282 feet below sea level, this area is part of the lowest, hottest, and driest landscape in North America. Summer temperatures here are usually 120 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The salt surface can reach over 200 degrees. Although it was extremely windy, we were sure enjoying this opportunity to be here on an otherwise comfortable winter day. Our next stop along Badwater Road was the Natural Bridge Trail. Although it's a dirt road, it's generally well maintained so all vehicles can use it, but it can become washboarded. We recommend watching it carefully to navigate around any ditches. It's a short hike through a narrow desert wash that leads to a natural rock bridge that was carved out by flash floods over thousands of years. Death Valley sits under the R-2508 Special Use Airspace Complex, a massive 140 by 100 mile military training area. It's normal for jets from nearby bases to fly over, often at high speeds and low altitudes, practicing maneuvers like we witnessed. I don't know if you can hear me, but those military jets are flying straight up, and then slowing down and falling backwards down until they shoot off into the distance, and they're coming back here and doing it again and again and again. And it is not the sound you necessarily want to hear here. The wind is what you expect, but that was really cool. I don't know if I got it on video or not. The trail itself is only about a mile round trip, but you can keep exploring a little further up like we did. This is the waterfall. That's all cut by water. This is a pretty good surface for me to walk on. There's a lot of gravel, but not a lot of bigger rocks. I still gotta make sure I'm picking up my feet, which has been an ongoing issue since I had a stroke 2 years ago, but it's okay. The gravel's soft and the day is perfect and it's not too crowded. So we'll head back down. From there it continues to a full mile, but we're gonna head back. We've got a lot to fit in today. This is a first stretch of hiking for me, and Dexter's in the car. We were pleasantly surprised to see so many wildflowers blooming here. That's something that doesn't happen very often in Death Valley. The lowest point in North America is this surreal landscape of vast salt flats. Badwater Basin is at 282 feet below sea level. Looking up on the cliffs of the Black Mountains towering above us, we could see a sign that indicated that sea level was way up there. These salt flats cover nearly 200 square miles. They're composed mostly of salt, along with calcite, gypsum, and borax. Normally, you would hear your footsteps crunch along this surface, but since there was a decent amount of very rare rain here yesterday, that is not what we heard. The water here is not truly bad, just very salty. Despite this high salinity, many organisms not only survive but thrive here, although we didn't see anything while peeking into the hundreds of pools of water here. Heading back on Badwater Road, we took the turn for Artist Scenic Drive, a 9-mile one-way scenic loop. Although it's best viewed in late afternoon, which is exactly when we started, the high clouds kept the colors of the rocks a little bit dim on this day. We drove up to the Artist Palette Overlook to see more of it up close. You can scramble up some of the rocks and peaks near the parking lot, or go down a bit of a steep slope to walk around. Although this isn't an official trail, you can walk up to about a mile into the area. With the sun setting, we headed back north to catch one more spot that we remembered from being here over 30 years ago. So we're headed to Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes. Jamie thinks that that is an indication that that's the sand dunes ahead of us. Supposedly all footprints are erased almost every day because the wind blows through there and creates new patterns. We just didn't hope to get there at the time that the wind was doing that kind of repair. So we're nearing the end of the day. We came out here just for a day. The last time that we were here in Death Valley was like 38 years ago, and we're judging that because our nephew was 8 or 9, maybe a little older, maybe 10. He's 46 now, and our son wasn't born yet. So kind of that's how we're figuring out when we were here. So we're trying to see as much as we can see in one day. I don't think we'll come back out here tomorrow because it is like an hour-and-a-half drive. Sand, wind, and entrapping mountains are the perfect combination to create a dune field, and the conditions at Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes near Stovepipe Wells are just that. These dunes are named for the mesquite trees, which grow in abundance in the area. The trees must twist and grow quickly to avoid being buried, and leafless brown trunks are often exposed by the shifting sands. There's no official trails here, so we just wandered around for a bit before turning back towards Pahrump. As we headed back towards east, the sun was setting behind us to the west, lighting everything in front of us in incredible color. Shadows stretched across the foothills and cliffs, shifting and changing as we drove, turning what should have been a simple hour-long drive back to town into something pretty unforgettable. Not a bad way to finish a day in Death Valley. As the balloon festival back in Pahrump drew near, we relocated our campsite to Lakeside RV Park and Casino. This is where we would be meeting up with friends Richie, Raquel, their granddaughter, and other family members that we'd met in Quartzsite. This RV park was actually farther away from the festival than Preferred RV Resort, but it was quieter and offered some different amenities. They offer several deals for monthly and winter stays, and we used our Passport America membership to once again get 50% off the $35 a night site. So just $17.50 a night for 3 nights of electric and water hookup. The pool and hot tub were drained and the gates locked while we were there, and some of the amenities look like they could use a lot of maintenance. The online reviews reflect what we observed, including complaints that the premium sites near the lake are surrounded by what used to be grass but is now covered in sandburrs. So if you have dogs, you'll want to keep their feet protected. We really enjoyed the fire pits on the beach with our group, as well as large RV spaces where we could all hang out together. Coming here to Nevada for the Pahrump Hot Air Rally in the Valley was something we had planned before my accident, so it felt really good to get back to our travel plans. This annual 3-day event is at Petrick Park and features sunrise balloon launches and evening balloon glows, of course, all depending on the weather. We didn't get the full display of nighttime glows due to the wind, but they did the best they could to make it fun anyways.
Alright, so some of you might be wondering, because I was wondering it, so I'm going to explain to you. I asked a question. Some of the balloons are on the ground. That is because of the wind right now. So what it is these balloons have to be fully inflated for it to work properly. And if they're not, the wind catches them and they make them fall over, and for safety reasons, some of them can't do that right now. So some of them are going to be up, some are going to be down. The ones that can't get fully inflated, we're going to have what they call a candlestick.
Your cousins are coming now. Yay! Ooh!
This event also features a car show, which if you follow our channel, you know we always enjoy reminiscing at those. It does make it hard, though, to see your high school cars being classified as antiques. There were some really great food offerings there, wine tasting, and lots of vendors. But the highlight was the morning launch right at sunrise.
Okay. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd really appreciate it if you'd share it with your friends and family on social media. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button.
And ring that bell, that way you'll be notified each time we upload new content.
And make sure to leave a comment, that way you can be part of the conversation.
Until next time,
We'll see ya.
That's a wrap, roamers. If these adventures and tips are keeping you inspired, subscribe and watch another one. Your next RV tip or destination is just a click away.